Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
So this is the NBA exit interview for the New York Knicks. If this is your first time listening, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and also leave a comment down below. What do you grade the Knicks season? If it's lower than 5 stars, let us know why. But anyway, and leave a comment of what you think they need to do this offseason as well. NBA champs. I don't think we have to say much more than that. They started the playoffs as a third seed, 53 and 29, and won the finals after a 53-year drought. Good for Knicks fans. Okay, give me some pros. Give me a pro for the Knicks.
Well, as a firm believer in the Knicks, who picked them
The
to
entire
win
way. Yeah, never once
never
in
had a
doubt.
bad thing to say about these teams. Always believed in Brunson and Towns. I guess my first positive for the Knicks was the coaching change. I think despite all the players, and they obviously are the ones that come through, they have to make the plays and do all this stuff. But going from Tibbs to Mike Brown turned out to be like monumental, I think, especially when we got to the finals, because they kind of cruised through the East, kind of what we expected, minus the Celtics flaming out. His ability to change things, but not change things, right? They changed it up when they needed to and went back to Brunson when they needed to. He pushed the right buttons, whether it was with Shamet, whether it was with Alvarado, McBride, right? Like he just took these guys in and out, sat Mikal Bridges for long stretches, even though, we know what they gave up and did. So I think Mike Brown was just huge in playing this roster perfectly in the moments that I don't think, I know we have to say things. There's no way that Tibbs has
Right.
Alvarado in that game, that stretch with Bridges out. Mike Brown came through, pushed all the right buttons.
I totally agree. Like he made adjustments when he needed to, and I just like you mentioned it already, but he just let Brunson be Brunson when they had to let Brunson be Brunson. So yeah, I'm with you on that. And speaking of Alvarado, I think adding him during the season, right? That was a trade deadline move. Might have seemed like a small move, but man, did it pay big dividends in the finals when they were doubling Brunson and they put Alvarado out there and he was able to make a couple big plays. And the Spurs are like, well, now we got to be careful about doubling Brunson because Alvarado got it going. I think that was a huge move. And then, like you said, Mike Brown, like just trusting in him on those big moments and Alvarado rewarding it. Big pro for me. Even though it seems like such a small move at the time.
Those little things, they come back, to pay dividends. And it was only a couple times, but it makes it worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Give me another pro.
Anunoby.
I have him done too, yeah.
He kind of evolved into, we kind of thought of him as just like literally just a 3-and-D guy, and he can do a lot more. And he did those at such a high level.
Yep.
If you watch the Spurs one, right, like Harper's an awesome finisher. How many times did Harper go at him? Got nowhere. Castle go at him, stopping people. Fox thinks he's outrunning him, throws up a shot at the rim. Like he just turned into an absolute monster, especially at the rim, being able to almost play like backup, not center, but rim protector. Just so clutch. And the tip, dude got off the floor, tipped it in, went to the hoop, didn't just stand there because he didn't get the swing pass. I mean, he was wide open, but Brunson put it up. He didn't just stand there and pout, went to the hoop. Just an all-out stud.
Yeah, it's just amazing. And he hit some of the most biggest shots for the Knicks in that finals run too. Like he was the most consistent. I think game 5 he had a bad game, but the rest of the games he was very consistent offensively as well. So yeah, OG's got to get it. I put playoff cat, not finals cat necessarily, but playoff cat. That was a pro. And if they start the season using cat like that and giving Brunson a little bit more of a rest on offense and letting cat kind of be that secondary playmaker and what they did towards the end of that during the playoffs that kind of unlocked that offense, I think that could make the Knicks very scary moving forward. So I just think playoff cat gets a pro as well.
Yep. And in the first 2 games of the finals, he was awesome. Like he was outplaying Wemby for 2 games. he still has his warts with the
Right.
stupid fouls and stuff. But just again with Mike Brown and Cat, like getting through to him to kind of do these things that he probably should have done, but it wasn't open to before. And I think they dangled that carrot of, hey, there will be times when we're going to run it through you, and there's going to be other times where we need you to just crash the boards when
Yep.
Wemby comes out. Get out there at the 3-point line and make them respect you. So for Towns, you're right, especially in the playoffs, he took that mentality, and we talked about all the other players, but they probably don't win. They don't win without him accepting that role of doing a little bit of everything or nothing.
Right. Even when he was in foul trouble, he played like 20, 22 minutes. He had 10 rebounds. So he was still putting forth effort, like you mentioned on that side of the ball. So give me another pro.
It, Finally, Brunson just,
Yeah.
when we did the finals preview, yeah, you were, especially you, like
Me.
worried about like, hey,
Yeah.
size, right?
Yeah.
And first stretches of the finals, right? Like he was the first two games, he put up points, but like ugly shooting, kind of struggled. And then to his credit and short dude power, NBA short dude power, like
Yes.
the last three games, he really kind of found his spot. And that game six is just up there with the all time best. The Spurs had, he figured them out. They had nothing. And, to do that at that size is like incredible in the NBA, especially today. The physicality, the size they put on him, what they tried to do to him. He just got to his spots and got that little left-handed fadeaway off.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, he deserves it. We were all wrong about him. Anybody who, I mean, I never, no, I did. So like he proved everyone wrong. He's kind of like the biggest winner in my opinion on like the season for the Knicks. Like, hey, I can do this. I think he'll be the exception, not the rule. So if you're out there like, oh, my small guard can do it, I don't know about that. But Brunson, yeah, he's a big pro for this season. Um, Hart I have down. I think, he's kind of the soul of that team. So, just he had great quotes along the way, but he's always the rebounding guy. The I'm gonna do all the in between stuff and probably not get a lot of credit. But another reason why he's a winner or a pro on the season is because he could have been easily the con.
Yeah.
Thanks to Anunoby, we don't even talk about that anymore. But yeah, so it's a pro for just Josh Hart as a pro as well.
I was going to throw it into the negatives of Josh Hart layup attempts, but no, yeah, it's another reason OG is on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
again, bailed out, which would have been like just an epic gaff.
Okay, yeah, agreed. Any other pros?
I mean, I think the rest of it, the whole team fit. Like
Yeah,
Shamit showed up, his shooting.
the bench, yeah.
Yeah, McBride had
Bride.
his. We talked about Alvarado. Like all these dudes, just
Mitchell Robinson, like just yeah.
yeah, just his. Yeah, they kind of had their moments.
Yeah, agreed. 16-3 playoff run. That's pretty great. So, okay. Let's go to cons. Give me your first con for the the Knicks.
I mean, I guess it would just be the like some of the inconsistencies. They got rid of them in the playoffs, but yeah, even in that stretch, like Bridges went from being awesome to Jose Alvarado is playing over you, or Miles McBride is playing over you. So um, in the long run, it came to nothing. But you still, as you think of this team going forward, um, with the off season, some of the guys that they're going to lose or have lost, like you need the best of Bridges for the most part, and they still have some inconsistencies.
Yeah, I have that. I kind of specifically mentioned like the cat fall trouble that, like in the finals, it's like, do I think some of them were touchy? Yes, but like you can't get into foul trouble in those moments. It's just like Bridges just being no show and then he's bad. Like I put Con Bridges at times. Like it's just like when like you mentioned they get playing Alvarado over him. So that yeah, the inconsistencies I think is the perfect way to put it. It is why people had a hard time believing that the playoff run at the beginning was real, right? Because it's like, well, the Knicks have been so inconsistent, we don't know. But now it definitely is something they can hopefully build off of after the finals. Any other cons?
Would just be they go down in games a lot.
Hmm.
Like we talked about in the finals, they lost. They were losing like 70, 72% of the actual game time
Yeah.
and kicked it on in the fourth. Your negative would a lot of times those regress back to a more normal thing going forward. And you got the title, right? You pulled the rabbit out of the hat. You came back from 29. You came back down from double digits in all of their wins in these finals. So that's awesome and it's like exciting. But a con is like, why are we down by 29 points? Why are we down by 15 points consistently?
41 points or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it worked out this year, but if you think of it going forward, like you're going to have to clean that up because, you know, in crunch moments, like these numbers flip and you're going to have a season or a stretch of a season where you lose a bunch in a row because you can't always come back from 15.
Yeah. Agreed. That yeah, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy, especially in the finals when they pulled that off. Okay, you ready to move on to the difference? What would you
Yep.
done different? Give me what you would have done different.
I guess, and like we're not in the locker room, so maybe it wasn't possible. Just maybe initiating with Towns earlier in the year,
That's what I have down too. That's funny.
just getting that going. But maybe he wasn't ready for it. The team wasn't ready for it, and you know what? I guess maybe in the long run, it probably worked out because it kind of took teams off guard.
Sure.
So maybe it was something they hadn't seen or didn't properly adjust to. But I think long term for the team, you're going to have one, two, or three things, and maybe getting to that earlier or getting to Anunoby. Maybe that's the next phase is letting Anunoby do a little more.
Yeah, I had the same thing down, but yeah, you're right. It's like if maybe they implemented that cat style offense like before the playoffs, people would have adjusted to it quicker. So yeah, you're probably right about that. The Bridges part of it, it's so funny to me how he can be like this, you know, good good stat bad team guy on like the Nets and like get 40 points or whatever and create offense, and then like you put him on the Knicks and it's like we can't find a way to get you to create offense on this team. It's kind of crazy to me, but I wish they could find something more to do with him. But maybe this is just the player he is. He's going to be like this guy who just comes in and sometimes he's making a shot and then you got to keep giving him the ball. And if he's not, you're gonna have to put someone else in for him.
Yeah, I think he's just like an up and down guy, unless I think he's the perfect case of like modern basketball where these guys are good. And if you put a lot of these guys on their own team and let them get up 20, 22 shots, you'd be surprised how many guys could average 20,
Sure.
25, 30 points.
Yeah.
But then when they kind of got to fit and do a little bit of everything, it's a little clunky. But I mean, was that game two where he had like 4 or 5 mid rangers in a row
Yes.
where you're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, this dude can't miss from 17 feet right now.
Yeah, he's back. He's back. Yeah, exactly. Okay, grade their season.
2 star, no, 5 stars.
Five, yeah.
If you
Yeah.
if you could do 10 out of 5, whatever, they especially them,
Hmm.
we didn't think they were going to even get that far. We worried about them. I had them initially losing to the Celtics, though I picked the Knicks. But just like, hey, it came on at the right time, and it's a home run.
Yeah, I'm proud. I think I did pick my our regular season prediction. I had the Knicks going to the finals. I had them losing to the Thunder though. So, but yeah, I couldn't imagine it would be like this though after all the inconsistency because I think halfway through we were really worried about Boston at that point. So, yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
and they were down 2-1 to the to
The
the Hawks.
Hawks, right? Yeah, exactly. I did prepare ahead for our Hawks one that we were going to do today, but we don't have time for. And I was like the only team that beat the Knicks more than beat twice. They beat the Knicks the most out of any other team in the playoffs. So that's kind of interesting. Anyway, off season. So I forgot to do this with the Spurs, but we'll do it here. They are so this is before they signed anyone, before the draft. They were right up at the first day for at 209. Now we are recording this. Obviously, it's being posted like pretty much right after we recorded, so there already has been moves. They have re-signed Shamit, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, and then they also lost Mitchell Robinson, and I think Alvarado is picking up his player option too. So they're getting really close to that second apron. They have to be pretty close to it by now. What do you think they need to do this offseason, or what would you do if you were them?
Yeah, I guess if it was me, my thought would be just bring back everyone, especially. I know this is supposed to be off season, but we just saw Mitchell Robinson get like 3 for 47 with a player option on the end.
Yeah.
I mean, if I ran the Knicks, it's not my money, but if it was, I would just pay that, go into the second apron this year. And if things don't look awesome during the year, like if you don't have the magic, I think you could trade Mitchell Robinson to get out of that, or you could trade Landry Shamet to get out of it, because you wouldn't be like way into the second apron. But they don't want to pay the second apron. We've talked about that. So my preference would have been to bring it all back. And they pretty much have minus Mitchell Robinson. So we'll see, maybe a center for a minimum. When you're a good team, some of these guys, are going to get some playing time. So that can be an attraction for them.
Yeah, I agree. I just said, just prepare to repeat, like bring them all back. Obviously, Robinson's gone. I heard that they might be interested in like Andre Drummond, so we'll see if maybe that's the minimum guy they bring back. But yeah, to bring back to back up Towns. But yeah, I'm with you. Just get ready for your repeat run.
You got to bring in a guy that can rebound and can't shoot free throws, and Andre Drummond is right there.
Yeah, the difference is though he can shoot corner threes. Yeah. So
it still looks funny watching it.
I know. Yeah. How can you shoot a corner three but not the free throw? Okay. Okay. I need to know. Okay. Long shot. Do you have a long shot for them?
I guess my longest of long shots, and no way you can do this, you just won a title, would be if they decide they really don't want to extend Karl Anthony Towns going forward.
Oh,
and
sure.
They want to get off. They want to get off of that. I think the rest of the guys are like, hey, ride or die. These guys are good together. Towns is he proved himself, but teams seem to like get cold feet with him.
Mm-hmm.
And if you decide, hey, you don't want to pay him, is there a team that has some stuff? But when you win the title, that's like such a long shot to do. But he's the only guy I thought of that they would maybe not want to, extend off an already big number.
Yeah, I think the other guys are from Villanova, right? So no, OG isn't. It's Bridges and Hart and Brunson. So yeah, I put something similar down, but I put Bridges. Like if you wanted to move off one of the guys to get under the, like, let's say if you're approaching, you want to get under the first apron or whatever, maybe they move Bridges. But I don't think they should do that. I don't think they should get off Towns either. I'm firmly in the camp of like just repeat. But that's the longest of long shots that I had written down. It's just getting off of Bridges.
Yep, and I think any of these, if it's not going great, guess what? The trade deadline comes. These guys, I think, will have, especially as we've seen now that we're in free agency, teams don't want to suck. They're not just tanking to the bottom anymore. So I think there's to be a market for a lot of guys.
Yep, agreed. Okay, anything else on the Knicks?
No.
Yeah. Congratulations. Yeah.
Good for the fans. You started out as someone who didn't win a title for 50 years. Like, again, I think we talked about it at the time. It's awesome to see like everyone celebrate, like the craziness, that the comeback, like it's one of those things you probably never duplicate.
Right.
The first one's always the best. But it's just kind of cool to see in a time where we don't always have a lot to celebrate about. Seeing people celebrate things, especially for sports, semi-meaningless things, is fun.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, for everyone listening, if you're your first time listening, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like the video. Leave a comment down below your thoughts on the Knicks season and what you would do this offseason if you were the Knicks. Clint, that's the podcast. Now, thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.